Hello everyone, I am Tina Wang. Today I am going to talk about managing up. Yes, managing up, not managing down. You all probably have experience of being managed by someone else, whether it's the manager from your company or it's the professor instructor from your lab. It is extremely important to learn how to manage up because your career is owned by you, not someone else. Unless you are the CEO of the company, then you probably don't have someone above you to manage up. Even then, it is still important to learn the principle of managing up because you can help people who reports to you to have a better relationship with you and to help them to better manage up. This is something that I share with my fellow Toastmasters, and I hope you also find it useful. Now, let's get started. Hello, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Today I'm going to talk about managing up. Have you ever had the experience of 3 different bosses within a short period of 2 years in the same organization? Well, that's me. Change happens all the time. The regulation from the government changes. The policy, the structure from the company changes. When change occurs, it strikes me, especially when someone tells me, "Congratulations, Tina, you got a new boss." You'll know that it's hard to change people. It's hard to change your wife, your husband, your parents, and your boss. However, what you can do is to change how you interact with them. If your boss is that critical element for your career success, then you should be the one that's responsible for having a good relationship with them. And you should be the architect and designer for your own career success. So here are 4 steps to build a robust relationship with your different bosses from the book Managing Up. Here I want to clear something. Manage up is not about sucking up. It's not about manipulating. It's about to transform a difficult relationship with your boss into a good relationship. The first thing you need to do is to identify the work style and preference of your boss. Do they like to work individually or do they like to work collaboratively? Are they a big picture person or detail-oriented? Are they risk-averse or impulsive? Know your boss without judging them. Second, you need to know your boss' motivation and what drives them. It's not just about your priority, but your boss' priority and the boss's priority. And you also need to know the company's climate and their priorities. And then you want to turn the lens to yourself and see, what about me? What do I like? What's my work style and what drives me? You wanted to align those two and see the gaps between those two and try to think what you can do to align the gap. Now, I want to ask everyone, if you are an introvert, please raise your hand. Thank you. If you are an extrovert, please raise your hand. Oh, I see. Dragon have both.
Depends on what time.
Yeah, we are all like mixed, right? So now imagine that you are in the office. Your boss is just sitting 6 feet from you, from your desk. You guys sit so close by each other. However, you have 0 interaction during the week, unless there is a one-on-one meeting put on place on your schedule. Well, that's exactly my first boss. She is an extreme introvert. She is always working in her office, most of the time, door closed. But I work super well with her because I know whenever I need help, I just need to proactively set up meetings with her and provide the agenda beforehand. Now, if you are an extrovert working with an introvert boss, you need to think, wait, W-A-I-T, why am I talking? Let your boss talk and listen what they need to talk about. Now back to my second boss. In the first one-on-one meeting, "Hi Tina, I would like to discuss with you about the clinical evaluation report, page 299, section 2, the state of the art sheet written as..." Okay. The entire hour I was shocked. Mainly, she didn't give me any chance to give my inputs. She gave me any chance to interrupt her. And I was expecting we are going to know each other in our first one-on-one meeting. See, my second boss and my first boss, they are so different. The first boss, she would always think through things before she discussed with me. My second boss, she would say, let's do ABC in the beginning. And then an hour later, let's do XYZ instead. Initially, I would take very detailed notes and complete all the tests quickly, efficiently. Later, just to find out that she had changed her mind again. So what I learned is, with this boss, I need to recap before I do anything, so that she had a second chance to change her mind. On top of that, she is an micromanaging boss. I don't know if you have ever worked with micromanaging boss, but it is very challenging for me, especially the transition from the first boss to the second boss. Before, I'm a very self-sufficient project manager. No one needs to interfere in my project and I provide quality work. With this boss, because she's new and she wants more control and I need to change how I interact with her. By giving her more information on what I'm working on, flood her with information and don't judge her personally and hope that one day she would trust me. And those are the tips that provided by the book. Unfortunately, it didn't reach that point. Before reaching that point, there is one major event happened and it just pushed me to the edge. Luckily, the higher management found out and transferred me quickly to a great boss that I have currently. From the book, it says, if today the water in the pond is poisoned, don't drink it. Because no matter how hard you use a different cup or different container to catch the water is still poisoned. Now the best is you should plan your exit plan. After knowing your boss, you should also know about yourself. One of the tools you can use is the Myers-Briggs personality indicator, and I believe most of you have heard of this. I will leave this fun activity to your own and do your research to know about yourself. It is very critical because now, after you knowing your boss and yourself, then you can know how you should interact with your boss. To recap, have a conversation with your boss on their preferences and their work style early on, preferably in the first one-on-one meeting. If you have a difficult boss like me, and you can change your boss, change how you interact with them, know their personality, and change how you interact with them. You get to choose to be a career victim or a career victor. If you're a boss listening today, you can help to have this conversation to help people who report to you to manage up too. By following those 4 steps, which are knowing your boss, knowing yourself, and to align the gaps between you and your boss, you get to control your own career trajectory. And I wish everyone can use this manage up knowledge and have a good relationship with your boss. Thank you.